So we're here at Sweetwater Creek State Park, just outside of Atlanta, and I'm shooting the Olympus 100-400 f5-6.3 lens. And you know, I shot with it for a couple of weeks, but I haven't really put it through its paces and tried different image stabilization settings and things like that. To this point, I've only used it with the lens IS turned on. So it's using a 3-axis stabilization using the lens and the body. So today I'm trying to turn the lens stabilizer off and just use the 5-axis stabilization in the camera body to see if there's any difference. In practice so far, I haven't really noticed any difference through the viewfinder. I'm getting sharp shots either way, so I'm not sure if one is necessarily superior for general use, but I'm really curious to see the results. A day like this, we're walking through the forest, and this is not the golden hour by any means, right? It's midday, maybe early afternoon. Honestly, I don't know what time it is, but you can see this dappled light coming through the trees as the sun's directly overhead. So a lot of times what I'll do in this situation is look for little pockets of light and find interesting things that are in that light and shoot those. Whether it's a spider web or an interesting fern or a piece of moss or something like that, and look for the more abstract things instead of going for, you know, the big landscapes, because we don't really have the light for that. So this might not be good light for one thing, but it's really good light for others. So I've spent a hot afternoon walking in the forest, put the camera down for a while, played in the creek a little bit, but I took a lot of shots with the 100-400, and I can tell you it is a pleasure to use, especially in bright light. The image stabilizer in the lens works with the stabilizer in the body, and I'm finding that to be about as effective as using just the in-body stabilization. I think with the long lens, it's really important. You know, the longer that lens gets, it becomes more important to have that good IS, and that's where the Sync IS on the Olympus Pro lenses comes in. That really handles the vibration at those long focal lengths, like, you know, 800 millimeter effective focal length. You really need good stabilization. But what I'm finding is as long as I keep the shutter speed high, and here in bright sunlight, that hasn't been a problem. It's great, and I don't have to really think about the IS. In some situations, I'm finding I almost wish I had the 300 f4 with me or the 40-150 2.8 with me because of that stabilization. Because here in the forest, there's not as much light, and when my shutter speed gets lower, even into the 100th of a second range, I'm not having as easy a time getting the sharp shots. But see for yourself, have a look at the gallery, and let me know what you think. It's still, for $1,500 it's still a great lens. It's just maybe in changing in low light, the Olympus Pro lenses might be a better choice. So it really depends on what you're shooting. Again, here out in the park in broad daylight, it's working great. We saw one bird. We saw one great blue heron flying away, and I didn't get a chance to get the camera up and shoot it. But hopefully that's the next thing I'm going to try with this, is some birds in flight shots. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching.